Many Deobandis become quite indignant when journalists like me discuss their beliefs. You make us look extreme, they say. You misunderstand us. You want to be negative. The media's not fair, and so on. So what image do they want to put forward? Take Toaha Qureshi, MBE, a community leader from South London known as a champion of interfaith work. He says that the true image of the Deobandis is spoiled by the actions of a hardline minority.
Tiny minority may be, yes, you will find in every community, but vast majority of the Deobandi school of thought, they have quite adjusted themselves. So interfaith work is very important. Islam is not at war with the rest of the world or with other religions. Islam is as peaceful as Christianity or Judaism is, and they need to work in conjunction with all the fundamental rules of religion, which is love and peace.
Love and peace sounds good. Or is it more a case, as we heard in last week's programme, of them and us? We're not the first journalists to talk to Toaha Qureshi. Back in 2011, BBC London reported on the activities of the Deobandis Sotckwell Green Mosque, of which he was and remains a trustee. He came to their attention because of a leaflet published in Pakistan showing apparent links between the mosque and an extremist group in Pakistan calling for the death of a minority Muslim sect called the Ahmadis. Toaha Qureshi says that back in 2011, the BBC got it wrong.
Well, BBC interviewed me. I think the situation was very much cleared. It is nothing to do with the Sotckwell mosque. Someone had published that leaflet, maliciously introduced those pamphlets in the community. They used our address as well.
Well, this was you talking in 2011 to the BBC. We don't have any linkage with this organisation which is promoting hate.
Yes. So we do not have link with any organisation. We are Almi Majlis Tahfuz Khatme Nabuwat, and we do not have any linkage with any organisation that promotes hate. That's true.
The organisation the BBC linked to Sotckwell Green Mosque is called Khatme Nabuwat. Based in Pakistan, it's also active here in the UK, where it operates legally. Khatme Nabuwat is especially concerned with Ahmadi Muslims, with whom it has major theological differences. As someone who's lived and worked in Pakistan for many years, I know that sectarian violence there is rife, and Khatme Nabuwat plays a significant role in ramping up sectarian tensions. Sarup Ijaz is a lawyer working for Human Rights Watch in Pakistan.
Khatme Nabuwat is an organisation with two core issues, which is blasphemy and which is the Ahmadis. The Ahmadis are considered heretics by the Khatme Nabuwat, and in most cases what they call in Arabic wajib al-qatl, which is liable to be killed. So Khatme Nabuwat do not inflict violence. In most cases they do not inflict violence themselves, but what they do is they provide an enabling environment for a number of actors to do so. An accusation of blasphemy can be repeated against someone enough times in Pakistan before somebody would kill them.
Right, so what you're saying is Khatme Nabuwat might name an individual and accuse them of blasphemy.
Yeah, and then let nature take its course. I mean, there are enough violent groups in Pakistan, enough radicalized population in Pakistan. So if that accusation is made enough times and loudly enough, that is murder.
Yes, you're saying there's not much distinction.
I don't think there is much. Khatme Nabuwat do this with the very clear desire of leading to that outcome.
There's a growing community of Ahmadis living in the UK, mainly because they've had to flee Pakistan and have sought asylum here, and their Khatme Nabuwat adversaries have followed them too. The UK branch was officially launched with great fanfare at a gathering at the Wembley Conference Centre in London back in 1985, where, according to the account of a senior Khatme Nabuwat leader, there was even a call to set up an armed wing. While it never went that far, Khatme Nabuwat still holds conferences in the UK, and their disdain for the Ahmadi community cannot be underestimated. And we've been looking into them, a process that has taken us back to the Sotckwell Green Mosque in South London, which we've established has clear links with Khatme Nabuwat in Pakistan. Links mosque trustee Toaha Qureshi describes as purely academic.
There is a link that we only need, one would need some guidance or literature to get some reference. Yes, linkage is there.
So you take literature from them. Are there any other links?
There is no other link.
No other link?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
Yes, positive, yes.
Well, I'm surprised you say that because in 2015, the annual conference of Khatme Nabuwat with many guests from Pakistan was held in the Sotckwell Mosque.
Well, I am not aware of that conference.
Come on, you're a trustee then.
But I'm trustee, but I'm not aware of that. You see, if there is any...
Are you aware of any meeting in 2015 in which senior Khatme Nabuwat people came to Stockwell?
No, I'm not. As a matter of fact, I don't think I was here if it was in summer. I was away for a few months. So something may have happened which I'm not privy to.
I mean, there's another reason to think that the connections between the mosque you're a trustee of and Khatme Nabuwat are a little closer than you're suggesting. Because if you look at the Khatme Nabuwat website, there is an overseas office mentioned there, listed there. Only one overseas office. It's your mosque.
Well, they are mistaken. That is not their office.
Do you consider Khatme Nabuwat in Pakistan, from which you get literature, do you consider it to be a hate organization?
No, that's not a hate organization. So there might have been odd cases here and there, but you can't penalize the majority with the actions of minority.
Yes, but the point about Khatme Nabuwat in Pakistan is that it calls on Ahmadis to be killed.
No, they don't.
Well, they do.
No, they don't.
Because we've found leaflets in your mosque you're a trustee of in Stockwell calling Ahmadis apostates and saying apostates deserve to die.
Well, I haven't seen any of those. I would like to have a look.
This is a pamphlet found in your Stockwell mosque. All possible efforts should be made to clarify the doubts of someone who abandons Islam. Otherwise, he should be given the punishment of capital punishment.
Yeah, well, again, this is nothing to do with our mosque. Someone might have put it there with malicious intentions. We have not published any pamphlet of that kind.
I'm sorry. You may say that these leaflets are not your leaflets. They are in your mosque.
Well, if someone has left them in the mosque, who provided them to you? It may be Ahmadiyya who went there, put some leaflets there.
No. Our researchers went there and found them.
The researcher must be from the Ahmadiyya group, probably.
I'm sorry, no. A BBC researcher who has no religious stake in this. You can't throw that kind of slur at people.
I have not seen this pamphlet. I went to the mosque today, as a matter of fact. It was, again, interfaith meeting today. And I only came back last night from Jerusalem, from an interfaith work. Now, I did not see this literature in my mosque today. And this is what I'm saying. I will go and make query that if this leaflet has been, because this is not published by us.
As a man who puts himself forward as a tolerant leader of interfaith initiatives, are you really comfortable taking literature from an organisation that is known in Pakistan as one of the most intolerant sectarian organisations in the country?
No, it's not.
I mean, many Ahmadis in Pakistan live in fear of this organisation. And it's
no, they don't.
Well,
they don't.
Well, we've spoken to many who do.
They are here. We've spoken to many because that is their desire to come here, to get political asylum, nothing else. So you are supporting them as a matter. You are being part of that crime what they are committing. No.
I find it absolutely extraordinary that someone who puts himself forward as an interfaith ambassador could describe the sufferings of the Ahmadis in Pakistan in such a dismissive way. For many, many years, they have suffered persecution.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with you because this is just one group who is suffering. The sufferings, you are putting it out of context, you see, disproportionately you are presenting them. There is no reason at all. They are living side by side with the Muslims. They are living happily. They don't have any problem.
That is a highly contentious statement. Human Rights Watch Pakistan has described the Ahmadis as by far the most persecuted group in the country. And I've met Ahmadis who've had to flee their homes in Pakistan for fear of being murdered. We've discussed the plight of the Ahmadis with a number of Deobandis, and most just see it differently. They say the Ahmadis have made a theological mistake, are not true Muslims, and are therefore a threat to the faith. In lectures and in literature we've seen Khatme Nabuwat describes Ahmadis as a cancer. People have been urged to boycott Ahmadi businesses and to shun them in social settings, not just in Pakistan, but here in the UK too. Such attitudes were expressed following the recent murder of the Glasgow shopkeeper Asad Shah. Himself an Ahmadi, We found British Muslims on social media congratulating each other on his death. But sectarian hatred, fueled by extremist Deobandis, extends beyond the Ahmadi community